And hello, it's Monday, and it's Crump-Free Monday. Welcome to Crump-Free Monday. And with that, I'm going to bring in our special Monday guests. That's right, we got Joe, we got the Hoff. We're in the house. How's it going, gentlemen?
It's going.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
So we got a little involved in talking smack before the show started. I guess I probably shouldn't use 4-letter words till we're like 10 minutes in so we don't get demonetized, right?
I mean, we
monetize the stream.
Well, we got Hoff on the show.
Yeah, you know, we'll be
so there's no chance of that?
Yeah, Hoff's on the show, so...
We got to give the show the DLD treatment. Everybody put in what you had for dinner yesterday in the chat. So the algorithm doesn't demonetize us too fast. Oh, and if you say the D word, that always isn't good either.
Douchebag.
Yeah. So I think out of the three of us, I think Hoffman wins the most hair contest.
And that's bad because I got chemo hair.
My hair is just naturally thinning, so like it was just getting kind of rough, so I had to get a shave. And I did a lot of adult things today. I got a haircut, I paid bills, and I got a new pair of shoes. So I'm gonna call that today's a win.
I showed up at work, which is here, so I mean, you know,
that's my day off from the shop.
And just in case you guys are wondering, it's my fake birthday today, so you can wish me happy birthday. It's
happy fake birthday.
Yeah, it's social media birthday today.
I'll call you first thing in the morning. Start singing happy birthday to you.
Like first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I'm talking like this is like pre-coffee too. So like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, not the pre-coffee. No.
Yeah.
No, first thing in the morning, I'm hanging out in the bed with the dog because the dog needs to be pet. The dog is the love sponge in the morning. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the dog's a love sponge.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm
honestly the hair's all matted.
Oh, that went bad.
Oh. Any chance of monetization just went out the door right there.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything bad. They got to listen to what I'm saying and figure it out. They're not smart enough to figure that one out.
No, the dog. Usually, the dog doesn't want to have anything to do with you, but in the morning, it wants its head rubbed for about an hour. And does that sound bad?
Yeah, it does. Considering what Hoff just
said. Dog's female. Dog's female. Is that
I
okay?
like my head rubbed about an hour. You know. Just saying.
Oh.
That's too funny.
Usually, it doesn't take an hour though.
We got JSD Supply in the chat. What is up, guys?
And they're regretting showing up.
No, they would.
Oh gosh. So, I finally
get no-cost solar panels.
do you know what? Seriously, I'm interested in like some sort of maybe the Tesla setup, maybe not, but. I'm interested in solar panels. I'm interested in like the power wall, so I have local power in case the power goes out. But I'm so sick of the scammy solar power. And I would actually be interested in solar power that wasn't 100% scam.
The problem is it doesn't pay.
Right,
it's $20,000-$30,000 to put it in. And then, Jesus Christ, I can pay a lot of electric bills with 30 grand.
Right. So I went to one of these websites, and it's like, find out about solar power, like how much it's going to cost. And it's like, and it's just like when you go to a website and it says download now. Well, it's never one click and you download. It's always 4 or 5 more clicks. Anytime if it says download, when you click download, it's going to download what you want. But if it says download now, it's never now. Just like on like video or photography equipment, if it says professional on it, it's not. Just like Rich, if you turn around, I'm sure nothing in your shop says professional on it. I'm real sure of that. Because no Hasselblad ever said professional on it. No Bronica ever said professional on it. No Ikegami ever said professional on it. I'm showing my age by saying Ikegami.
But what you're talking, anything you're talking
cameras.
About. Oh, okay.
Yeah, video cameras. Wow.
I know Nikon.
Yeah, so
I know some stuff.
Oh gosh. So yeah, so I fell into the trap. I signed up for information on solar panel, and I thought like what the impression the website gives you is you put in your address, and then they want like your name, phone number, blood sample,
security number.
And I'm like, I thought it was going to pull up like Google Maps, figure out my south-facing exposure, square footage of my roof, and blah, blah, blah. And like within moments, but without getting a phone call or talk, these people were calling me like 3 times a day from 4 different phone numbers. And I was like, look, you just got to stop.
Yeah.
Well, we'll set up. I'm like, I don't want an appointment. I just want to know cost and what you can do for me. I'm like, you don't have to come here to figure. But anyhow, so that's the correct. So, Walter Keller from Safety Harbor Firearms. I'm not sure how to say this. Joe, do I say I built, Walter built, we collaborated, he helped me? Joe, since you were the judge in the contest.
We'll go with collaboration assistant.
Collaboration? All right, so I'll shorten it to collaboration. So Walter and I collaborated on a 15.5 inch, really 15 and 7/16, but it's just 15.5 inch firearm. I'm the first runner up, which means second loser. I know. I got beat by a 1/4 inch because Swamp Dog was a 1/4 inch shorter than me. He was 15.25 inches. But I wanted to shoot this. So I live in Florida. If you have greater than an acre and the rounds don't leave your property, which we go by the don't ask, don't tell rule. If the rounds don't leave your property, it's legal to shoot on your property in Florida. So
it's not legal to shoot on my property, although I do.
But do the rounds leave your garage?
Cops suppressed on my property. Hey, check this out.
So Walter had video on his Instagram, Safety Harbor Firearms, of shooting the short AR-15, which I can't show you, but it's in a 15-inch laptop bag over there. Everybody wanted to see it shot, so I don't know if it was like 5 or 6 o'clock. I went out in the backyard and I shot it, and I posted the video. And it's still daylight. It's not dark. It's it's not noon. In my backyard, there's lots of trees, so you don't get a whole lot of light, but you could see fire rings coming off. It was, and I was feeling the heat. Like I had gloves on, but I could, on my bare arms, I could feel the heat from the fireball. It was like, it's significant. I'll tell you that would be what I want to do, is go down to Aries, like just dusk, and with like a full auto fire control group, and just like bag dump that thing. You're probably going to burn the hairs off your arm with that.
Do it with a 308.
Maybe Walter and I have to get together with Trey and go down to Aries. and do a little fun shoot there.
Yeah, I can't shoot in my backyard.
You can't
So,
shoot anywhere in the state. What are you talking about?
Well, I do work at a gun range, so shameless plug here for.
You're still not allowed to shoot there according to Massachusetts law.
Yes, I can. It's a designated range. I shoot there. That's where I shoot. That is the home of. That's my home range.
Wait until they designate it a safe space.
I mean, hey, it'll work for me. I think if you're shooting outside of that's not a designated range, I think you have to be like 500. I want either 500 feet. I think 500 feet or 500 yards from a dwelling.
Massachusetts is 500 yards. I guarantee it's 500 yards.
Let me check. I think I'm gonna look this up right now. It could be 500 feet, and
so people were saying, like Florida law, basically it's two things: greater than an acre, and rounds don't leave your property. That's it. People were saying, oh, it can't be within 500 feet of a house, can't be over 500 yards, or 500 feet, 500 yards of a county road, and like they had all sorts of rules, that. But I looked it up. I was like, yeah, greater than an acre, rounds don't leave your property. Enjoy.
Alrighty, let's see here.
Somebody said in Massachusetts is 500 feet from a dwelling.
Okay, so as I am referencing Section 12E, Part 5, Title 1, Chapter 269, for those out there that want to question me, it says, whoever discharges a firearm is defined in Section 121 of Chapter 100. A rifle or shotgun within 500 feet of a dwelling or other building is in use, except with consent of the owner or legal occupant thereof, shall be punished by a fine or there less than with less than 50 nor more than $100 in imprisonment or in jail at a house of corrections.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's 500 feet.
But I mean, I texted my neighbor behind me because I shoot in the backyard. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna be shooting a loud gun, for like the next half hour. He's like, enjoy.
Yeah. Okay.
Have fun.
So it's nice being a redneck, living in a redneck part of Florida, and having nobody really caring. It's like I was setting up and I see, so he has two houses on his property and one's a rental, and I see the tenant coming home, walking in the door, and I'm like popping off. It's like I was waiting for him to run out the door or something. Nobody said anything.
What I want to know is when did the almost like a stigma of just target shooting on your own property become passe? I feel like back, it seems like back in the day,
70s.
70s. Okay. Because it seems like everyone, would go to school and they'd have, their deer rifles on their gun racks in their car.
It was 70s, 80s, when all the Karens started to show up, they stopped taking LSD and, decided to be Karens.
So you're saying if people took more LSD and it would greatly improve.
No, it was the damage from the LSD.
Oh, I'm saying there's a bunch of people in this country that need to take like 500 pounds of LSD all at once. Some battery acid would go good with that to wash it down.
Oh, dear Lord. Facts told by Hoffman.
Maybe a gallon of antifreeze would help.
Oh, dear Lord.
Just saying. Make the world a better place. Make the world a better place. No.
Nah. Well, okay. That kind of clears it all up then. I've always that. That's the dream, having an outdoor range. Like having my own range at my house is the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like range in a dock.
Yeah,
with water.
Dock to go fishing off of whenever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, realistically, if I lived on the water, I would just tow a target out, like with an anchor, and just shoot out on the water somewhere. This way I'm not disturbing anybody.
Honestly, if I had a dock with a river down in Florida, I would hope I get a river where like wild manatees swim by, and like that would be my zen. I'd come home from work at night. I'd sit on the dock and I'd see my friends just swim by. Like that would be
Shoot a manatee or two.
I would never. Why would I do that?
I couldn't tell you. I've never seen a manatee.
I've seen them,
and they've been around me. They're like, I see people. Oh, look, a manatee, and then it's gone. I'm like, damn it.
Last time I went down to Florida with my dad, we were fishing off of Cape Canaveral, and two of them just kind of like were hanging out, like probably like 15 yards down like the canal.
Yeah,
we were just hanging out, and like they're freaking so cool. I'm kind of weird, and I'm like, let's go swimming with them. And like obviously, it's not a good idea with wild animals, but like that's where like my first thought is, like, let me get this like wild animal and pretty much, make it my best friend.
Dark's got a great
so you
time.
want to rape it?
No,
Whoa.
not at all.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa, Huffman.
Boston.
The second bestiality reference in one show.
Man, we're on a roll. This is going to be a good show.
I was going to say, did he go to SeaWorld and get his cup, his giant cup that's filled with the tears of his enemies?
No, but I got to go to SeaWorld this weekend.
Oh, why's that?
Because it's the last weekend of trick or treating at SeaWorld, and I love to go trick or treating at SeaWorld.
Oh, cool.
You get a little SeaWorld bag and you go around to all the little booths, and they give you, and it's the last weekend, so they give you like handfuls of candy. And
they want to get rid of it?
Yeah, they want to get rid of it.
That's funny. I can just picture you just going around SeaWorld, be like, oh, what do you got for candy? Oh, I'm going to take that.
Oh, man, it is such great fun. My wife and I did it. We've done it for like the last 5 years, because the kids have kind of been gone. So we go like on Fridays or something, and just have a ball. And they serve drinks. So, you get half of it and, go trick-or-treating. And
yeah.
So do you have like the season pass at SeaWorld?
We got a season pass. It's like $100 a year or something to get a season
and it's not a blackout or anything, because usually they black out all the good days.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
And you get free preferred parking or something like that.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
it's a good deal.
When I was working in Orlando, so I was in Orlando for 3 years and never visited Hoffman. I always thought I would do it for lunch and never did, or after work and never did.
You motherfucker.
I was going to say, I live in Mass, and I made a special trip to go hang out with Hoffman for a little bit.
Right. So I was like 2 blocks from Universal, and I loved Universal, but I was just so financially behind the 8 ball. I'm like, between the season pass and parking, if I did that, and if my wife knew I was going to Universal like 2-3 nights a week, she'd probably be mad at me for having fun without her.
Dude, I literally was trying to come down for my birthday, and I tried looking at Disney. There was no dates available. Then I looked at Universal. For like 4 days, it was like around like $2,500, not to mention flights.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I can't swing that. I'm all set.
Yeah. Both of those two are expensive. I like SeaWorld, and I love Gatorland.
I've always wanted to go to Gatorland.
I've never. Yeah.
You come down, we'll go to Gatorland. We'll have a goddamn good time. We'll go ride the swamp buggy and.
I did Discovery Cove too. That was really fun.
That's neat. We did that when we came down here for SHOT Show. We did that.
Well, and that's the other thing is they give you everything is comped, so like you can get lit. I'm talking having a grand old time, comp booze, and you just hang out in the heated lazy river. Oh man. Thank God I had everything all squared away for rides, because that day, plus they only give you SPF 20 because it doesn't want to mess with the animals or whatever.
Yeah.
I get that, but I got so sunburnt, but I was drunk. Like I was just drunk, and I am so sunburnt. I'm sitting back at the hotel, and I'm like, oh, why did I do this? It was a good time. This is why I'm like, I just want to live in Florida.
You need to live in
So
Florida.
I invited Dark on the show today, but he said he was too busy. But there he is in the audience. There he is.
Maybe he doesn't like us.
He hates you.
I actually I did 2 thumbnails. I did one with and one without Dark. And he said he was going to let me know if he's going to come on. I'm like, all right, I'll just make 2 thumbnails. You let me know.
He's such a bitch.
Yep.
Oh man, that's the good times.
So
Yeah, you come down, Joe. We'll do Gatorland. We'll do SeaWorld.
All right.
Because with my passes, I get like 4 free tickets each year.
oh no shit.
Yeah. So like my daughter doesn't have a pass because she works.
Notice how Rich doesn't invite me and my wife up or anything like that. You know.
Why the hell would I do that? You live here.
You never asked.
He's in massive 2 shits. I'm trying to get him to move down here.
Right.
I have a feeling if I ever find a place down there, there's just gonna be one night where it's like you, Hoff, Hank, Babyface, Walter, everyone just shows up in my house and be like, "So
Look, I know of a place. Now it's got a crazy lady and a crazy dude living across the street,
Yep, nope.
but it's available right now.
We're gonna cut that one out." Oh, that's funny. That's
Just move in.
Wait, what was the movie? Was the movie called Tank?
With
What was the
Tank.
where
with,
the guy was a dick? No, My Best Friend's Girl, was that it?
Were you talking about the movie with what's his Rockford Files dude where he drives around in a freaking tank, Sherman tank?
No. All right. The movie is called My Best Friend's Girl. Tell me in the audience if you guys have seen it. Everybody's saying Fury Killdozer.
Wait a second.
Where the guy...
Isn't that a Billy Joel song, My Best Friend's Girl?
Yeah.
I don't... Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So what it is people hire this guy to go out with their recently broken up girlfriend.
I've seen that movie. It is freaking hilarious.
It's the fun. If you guys haven't seen Tank, go see it. Hopefully you can find it somewhere on a subscription service you're already paying for. It's funny AF. It's totally. But if your dad needs the tank of tenants,
Nah. Well, it's,
I am ready.
Just in case somebody, we'll just drop that just in case, because you never know in the world of who sees this. But
if everybody that watches this is cool, we got no worries. It's like if I said something top secret, like if I had a product in my hand here that was top secret and I showed it and told them who it was from, nobody even saying a word.
I love how you're just trying to just de facto that around. But no, one day I will get a way to live down in Florida, and we'll all have Sunday brunch together with everybody. Sorry, Dark, he's a couple hours away, and he'll be excluded from this. But it's gonna be a fun time. Best place I've ever gone to so far that isn't like the main attractions in Florida is this place called Jungle Adventures or whatever in Christmas, Florida.
Yeah,
that place is dope.
So there's 3 Florida man things I want to do. I've never done the airboat, never done the swamp buggy, and want to go hog hunting.
Yeah,
I've never been on a swamp boat down here, but I've gone hog hunting, and I kind of went hog hunting.
You hit it with your car?
No, it was supposed to be hog hunting, and my buddy and I are going up the ladder into the stand, and here's these goddamn pigs wanting food from us, sniffing at our legs as we're going up the ladder. It's like, why am I even going up here? I just hit them with the damn rifle and be done with it.
Get a ground blind.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I would love to do hunting, but it's like I don't eat meat, so like I feel bad taking an animal when I don't really eat meat. You know what I mean? I do want to try iguana hunting though, because that sounds fun as shit. Going in an airboat and just pegging friggin'.
Well, all right.
One of my buddies is trying to get me to go down to Miami area and just walk around the neighborhoods with air rifles shooting iguanas. And I'm like, I don't think that's such a good idea.
So Eric and Chad did that in my neighborhood here. They're in West Palm Beach. So I'm in Palm Beach County, and I've seen fox. I've heard there's coyotes. I've seen foxes walking around. One night I was coming home. It was like 3 a.m. There's a frickin' hog walking around in the middle of the road.
Shit.
I'm like, dude, I get 300 blackout suppressed. I could just like go a block or two away and probably pick off a hog.
Buddy of mine shoots hogs all the time with 300 blackout.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I've got the ATN scope. It's not, IR like thermal. It's near infrared, which requires an illuminator. I'm like, yeah, I guess I could go hog hunting with that.
Yeah.
Airboat ride included died on. I think I need to hang out with Walter Keller a little more.
Yeah.
Walter is he is the definition, I think, of Florida man, and he's got thugs in these streets because he's done it all.
Well, so was it 2 weeks ago or whatever? I was over at Walter. So it was me and my wife, Walter and his wife, Hank and his wife. So the three of us were all together in one place at the same time for a couple of minutes.
I was going to say,
who's ever killed a gator?
Well, technically, Rich has.
Allegedly.
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Well, there is a statute of limitations, so depending on how long ago it was, you could possibly talk.
Oh God, it was probably 30 years ago.
Yeah,
you're in the clear. 30 years,
and it was in Louisiana too.
Yeah, no, dude, they don't give a shit. Okay.
Well, I know they don't give a shit because the sheriff lived right across the bayou, and it was after his horses, and I shot.
I was going to say, what? First of all, please tell me you killed it with an Uzi. Second of all, why did you dispatch this critter? And 3, do you have it mounted up?
No, I don't. We made it disappear because it was an illegal kill.
So, being a new resident of Florida and not knowing the gator rules, my friend had a nursery in a pond with tilapia, and he's like, "Hey, there's a gator in my pond. Can you shoot?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Now, I have been asked by a couple of police departments to come down and shoot a gator.
Why wouldn't they do it? Why do they need? And no disrespect to you, Richard. Why would they need you? Don't they know how to work the bangy thing?
They were afraid they didn't have anything big enough to kill it.
And he'd come in with the FND. I'll take care of it.
And it's like, yeah, I'll come down. We'll have some fun. And by the time I got there, it was gone.
I mean, I shot the gator with a 9mm. I mean, what the heck? With an LC9.
It's one of those. The gator wasn't gone. It was on a park on Lake Monroe, and there's like 10 trillion gators in Lake Monroe because that's where they dump them all. And apparently it had come up into the park when they were having a fair for the kids or something.
Was it a big one?
Huh?
Was it a big one?
Maybe, I don't know. They said it was probably 7-8 feet or something. It wasn't huge.
Yeah, when I went to Jungle Adventures in Florida, I saw this like 14-foot gator. This thing had to be almost 1,000 pounds. It was the biggest it was a dinosaur, biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, I looked at my dad. I'm like, that's why I'm not going in a little John boat fishing in the ponds. That's exactly why. If I'm fishing on a boat, I want to be up higher enough to where this thing can't climb in and take me out.
Yeah, Florida's got a bunch of stupid hunting rules for gators too.
I'm surprised.
Well, what I find a firearm, you got to use a bang stick. You gotta, hook them or something. I mean,
Which is a bang stick is essentially a firearm. It's a primitive form of a firearm.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, why can't you just use a rifle or a pistol?
They're taking all the fun out of it.
And I think you can't use. You can't do it like they do on what's that gator hunting show where they hang lines.
Yep.
You have to like hook them, with a treble hook, and then shoot them. And they only give out so many licenses. It's like there's about 10 million gators in Lake Monroe, and I think they give out like 5 licenses for gators. It's like, man, you ought to be giving out like 50,000 licenses. There ought to be people shoulder to shoulder all around the shore killing gators.
So ADXR asked about bacon. So apparently the best bacon is young female hogs. Because the hogs, the wild boars, because they're wild, the meat is kind of rancid. So you want to be very careful about cooking it real well and all of that. So they said young females, and not like I know anything, I'm just repeating what somebody else told me, is the best.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I think if they can get considered a nuisance, because like iguanas are considered a nuisance. There's a lot of stuff down, especially in South Florida. Now hogs, they're considered a nuisance. So
hogs. It's like just fucking kill them. We don't give a shit how you do it. Just do it.
It's like when does the state of Florida recognize alligators as a invasive species almost? And
when they try to eat somebody.
That's happened.
So I got a question. Walter Keller says the short AR got 307,916 views. Is that him shooting in the bullet trap at his shop, or is that me shooting in my backyard? Because I just added, I just went to a professional account or business account, whatever they call it, on Instagram. And I mean, I'm getting okay. I'm definitely not getting those numbers. That's for sure.
Hey,
I got a couple hundred views, not even in the thousands. So
I think I have one photo on my Instagram of an MP5 in like wooden furniture that is the only post that's done very well. And
really?
I've been doing IG for years. And it wasn't even my photo. I literally took it. I gave credit to the person that posted. I was just like, yo, this is cool. This is when I first started IG. And I'm like, ooh, that's a cool photo. And I just tagged the people that, had credit to the photo and stuff like that. But, yeah. No.
Can't you own hogs and breed them, then eat them? Yeah, they're called pigs.
Yeah.
The only reason they turn into hogs is when they turn feral. And that's when, they start
to get hairy and get them tusks and.
Yep.
It's a bad time.
Yeah, those things can kill you. They can be very vicious.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like that's why I think Florida is just so interesting in that case, because you have such a wide variety of like game you could take out, because the laws are so different. Where like say up here we don't have invasive species. Like, the only hunting we have up here is coyote, black bear in certain areas, white-tailed deer, turkey, and then like the waterfowl and like upland birds. That's really about it. Like you can do some like pest control on like coyotes and raccoons, but you can't do spotlights. It's just so dumb. Down there you get a whole different set of rules where like
we got bear down here too.
Yeah, some creatures are considered invasive species, so you have a whole different set of rules where you can take out as many as you want, or because I don't see Florida having pretty large white-tailed deer. Like I don't see that.
No, they're like the size of dogs.
Yeah. So, but like you could have a field day, gator hunting, hog hunting. Hell, I don't know what else they got down there, but
I don't know if you can shoot them, but if you go down to the key deer, you shoot one of those and you get like a chicken nugget out of it or something.
Oh yeah, well they're just like big as dogs. They're kind of small. I forget what key that's on, but there's like these little deer, miniature deer.
Yeah, they're like they're like the size of yappy dogs.
Hey, I'm a yappy dog owner.
Yeah, but then again, do you have straight wall? Is it just straight wall, or do you have to have like shotgun season? You don't have like could I say if I wanted to come down there and I wanted to hunt, say, hogs, do I have to stick? Is it like I can use an AR? I can use.
Well, there's so
you can use a freaking spear if you want.
So it depends on what land you're on. So if you're on private land, and anything goes.
Yeah.
I don't know about
public
public land.
Machine gun.
I'm such a screw up at times. Like I met this guy. He's like, yeah, I maintain and fly. Like he's a airframe power plant mechanic and pilot, and he's like he maintains a biz jet for some .com guy in a helicopter. He's like, yeah, sometimes we just fly the jet for lunch somewhere. So if you want to go somewhere for lunch, let me know. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I just got a 50 Beowulf and I want to go hog hunting out of the helicopter. You want to come? I'm like, I never closed that deal. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're an idiot.
I would have closed that deal in a heartbeat. Hell, I'll just be like, hey, Koff, let's go down to Miami and just fuck people up, fuck iguanas up with your Uzis. We can get that, right? It's Florida.
Suppressed.
Right. Well, apparently Eric and Chad, they're by the West Palm Beach airport, just going up and down the canals, popping iguanas.
Yeah. Well,
there's
a guy in like the Miami area. I don't know exactly where. It's called the Python Cowboy. That dude is an invasive species specialist. So he takes out iguanas, gators, hogs, but also he goes after like tilapia, or he's removing monitor lizards from people's homes and stuff like that. Like it's cool. Or he'll go on golf courses with air guns and he'll take out like invasive Egyptian geese. It's just property management. It's like, that would be the dream. I think he's got the world record for largest python caught in the state of Florida. And it was like 25 feet long, I think. Something
that's crazy.
Outrageous. And he caught it by hand.
So
has anybody eaten iguana?
I hear it's very tasty. Our friend Roy Hill from Brownells has cooked iguana when they went on an iguana.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Roy was down like more towards the West Coast with a bunch of.
He went with the Python Cowboy.
BOP. Where's my BOP? Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, Brownells actually shared one of my IG posts the other day. I was pretty happy.
Somebody says I need to go down to Miami with an Uzi to be the new drug king. Don't I need to use a Mac for that?
I got to finish my Mac 11.
Same thing.
I got to finish mine too. I found the parts. Only been looking for them for a year. I put them in a spot where I wouldn't lose them, and I'd always know where they were. Yeah.
Oh, that's like the one Passport I had. It was curled, and I put it somewhere to flatten it out.
Yeah. Hey, Hoff, I got a question for you. I was looking at one point picking up an M1 carbine parts kit. How hard are they to build? Like, do you have to do have you ever built one?
Mm-hmm.
Are they like really hard to put together where I need like machining to do it, or like I could kind of,
I think, who the hell is it that's making barrels again?
Green Mountain?
No. I think it's Krieger barrels, but they've got a Cimarron or Centurion or something. They got another brand, and they make barrels for like the M1 Grand, the M1 Carbine, I think 03A3s. They're hooked in with DCM. They were making all the barrels for DCM, and then they decided, well, hell, why don't we just start selling them to everybody? I think they're making carbine barrels.
And that's all. That's all I'd really need is getting the barrel after the parts kit, because I'm guessing the parts kit doesn't come with a barrel.
Probably not. I don't know where you'd find a parts kit, And like all other builds, you're probably better off just buying one.
Really?
Buying an M1 carbine, they're $1,000.
Yeah, that's true. But
You know, by the time you build the parts kit, it's going to be more expensive than, you know.
Well, that's like I bought all these Steyr AUG kits, and now it seems like Steyr AUGs are stupid cheap. And when I say stupid cheap, like in the $1,500 range.
Yeah, I think you can get. Is it Manicore Arms that makes it, or there's like a manufacturer? It might be Oh no, Microtech. They made them for a while, but apparently they suck.
Yeah.
But you know, a Steyr AUG isn't that hard. If you get like a actual Steyr AUG, you could upwards of like I think $1,700-$1,800.
Yeah, but I've seen. I'm real sure I've seen them like in the last 6 months for like $1,600.
Yeah,
Are they the American-made ones?
Maybe, I don't know.
Probably.
They probably are. They're probably not the old ones. They're probably the new ones.
Yeah, because I remember there was a newer company out that were making them that didn't take Steyr AUG mags. They took like AR-15 mags.
Yeah.
Well, depending on what gen you get, you can get them with an AR mag or the AUG waffle mag.
I've never
here's
Steyr AUG, so it's like I don't see like I've handled the X95, the RDB. I've shot a lot of bullpups, and it's just like I'd rather shoot that. Like I don't see the point of shooting a Steyr AUG. The only bullpup that I really want to shoot is an FS2000. That's the only one. I want the tactical.
That's one I want also, but you know that. Oh man, who was it? Somebody blew them out for like stupid cheap, like 10 years ago.
Probably like Classic Firearms or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, I remember they had like a blowout, and I just didn't have the money. And so there's a website where there are gun deals because I can't give you the website out. But the Steyr AUG is like $1,620.
That's actually not that bad. If I could find that, that's not that bad. I could probably buy one and get it transferred to my shop. I just have to pin and weld the barrel because it's stupid laws. But that's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I need to get another M1 carbine. I keep selling the goddamn things.
Yeah.
Rock grade M1 Garand at CMP for $700. Oh my god, that's
what?
My friend at the shop had I think he had I want to say he had a Springfield Armory marked M1 Garand at one point. He sold that thing because he had to pay bills, obviously. And I was like, dude, don't sell that. You're never gonna get that. You're never gonna get that back. Like, never gonna get that back. And he's like, I gotta get a Garand again. I've never shot an M1 Garand. I've taken one apart and cleaned one. I've never shot one.
How hard is it changing a barrel on one of those?
I can see it being kind of difficult. I don't think it's press fit in, but it's
it's screwed in. When they're in there tight.
I mean, nothing.
Because realistically, what wears on the Garand is the barrel. That's
probably say the barrel, your action springs.
Depends how much you shoot it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a DCM shooter. Shot the DCM matches.
Yep.
And I mean, his one Garand, he went through a barrel a year.
Damn.
But they're shooting. He's shooting what, every weekend, every other weekend. I forget, 200 rounds or something like that.
Every other weekend, 200 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll burn out a barrel real quick with that.
And he'd burn out a barrel, and it's like now they're shooting ARs, and I mean, hell, I had one of those competition shooters come by the one day and dropped off like 5 AR barrels, and I'm like, what the hell are these for? And he said they're old barrels I took off. He said they're good out to like 400, maybe 600 yards.
That I'd call
But-
that good.
They're not good after because they shoot out to 1,000 yards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he said the one barrel was a Lothar Walther barrel that I put on an AR upper. And he said, yeah, it's perfectly fine out to 300 or 400 yards. Nice tight groups, 1 in 7 twists. And he said, but you get further than that, and the groups open up, and it's just no good for me anymore.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's crazy.
that's cool.
I'm still freaking.
So-
I still think it's hilarious that I snapped that little pin on the on the AR-15 barrel.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you snap that? That had to have been like pre-deformed.
Yeah, there was
And
something wrong with that pin.
There had to have been because I was only at maybe 50, 60 pounds.
Because those are hardened pins.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite funny. Still
You'll tear the receiver up.
Okay, Night Strike just sent me. He says gun shop special M1, and I guess he put it in a wood stock, $400.
Oh, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
What is it though? Is it a GI gun?
Or is it an inland?
Yeah. Well, the inlands are good. It's the universals and all that are crap.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm gonna buy a newly manufactured M1 carbine, I'd rather pony up the money and get like a Fulton Armory.
Yeah. Well, I got to get one because I got the auto trip for it. So.
Oh, so Mike says it's
He
a
just
standard
collected
product's
them.
1943.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's a good one. Shit.
That's a steal. That's a definite good find.
Yeah.
Night Strike
That's
always
pretty cool.
finds those good deals. Like,
Hmm.
I think he told me he had like a BM-59 or like something like M14-esque that was like a Chinese made or something like that.
Yeah.
And he told me how much he paid for it. And I was like, dude, that thing's sick as hell. And he's like, yeah, got a good price on it.
Yeah. Those Chinese M14s weren't horrible. They weren't great, but they weren't horrible.
Yeah, we just got the VZ58s in the shop. They're not the Century Arms ones. They're like the Checkpoint VZ58s. And oh my dear Lord, they're awesome because you can get pre-band mags for them.
Yeah.
And especially in this state, you can get a 7.62 semi-auto that has AK-like characteristics. It's not an AK, but
They're good guns though.
yeah, and you can
Yeah.
get 75 round drums as long as you get one that says Czechoslovakia, because Czechoslovakia hasn't been a country since the Cold War.
Mhm.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, so
Wow!
they're like $1,800 though, so like that would be like it. Ooh, because I
mean,
want
a
one so
VZ,
bad.
I would opportunistically buy. I wouldn't mind getting one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to like look at like guns I can pick up that are like really fun to shoot, but it's just there's
Yeah.
something about
I
like
mean,
that
if I was
thing.
going to get an AK style gun, I'd get one of the VZ58s.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that sucks is I had to pin and weld. I had to like kind of weld that, that button that you press to push in to unscrew the thread cap.
Yeah.
Well,
Had to weld that so the
Yeah.
thread cap didn't come off.
Yeah, so if I'm ever wanting to get like an AK type brake, because that's the only thing you can put on a VZ58 that's compatible. If I want to get like that curved 45 angle brake, I'd have to take a Dremel that out, and I mean I can do it.
You know a gunsmith that could help you with that?
Yeah, he's a schmuck.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, I was talking about myself.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean I could do it. I love how One Car Fast is saying, Joe, it's the Socialist Republic of Massachusetts.
yeah, you need to come down to Florida where we're free
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it.
for the most part.
I'm working on it. If I could find like a remote job working in the industry, I'd be like, all right, well, I got this job. Guys, I'm moving to Florida. I'm still working for a remote company, like, because I'm like a hermit. I don't leave my house unless I'm going to the range. So
I'm unfortunately pretty much in the hermit category too.
yeah. One of my buddies.
Not that I
Probably
don't want to leave. I
Okay.
want to leave. I just.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's nothing bad with being an introvert. I do have a good friend of mine. I was the best man in his wedding. We've been friends since high school. He told me the other day, he was like, Joe, if you had hairy feet, you'd be Bilbo Baggins. Okay. And I looked at him, I was like, thanks, man. I really appreciate your love and care and support. And he's like, anytime, that's what I'm here for.
So I got a question for you. Do you guys know how long it's been since I placed my order for my Rock 5.7 from PSA?
6 months.
I don't even know
not
what
that
it
one.
is.
It's a 5.7 pistol.
Oh God.
All right, so I'm a little bit of a 5.7 nut job. So
we got the LC carbine in at the shop.
you liking that or what?
I want one. They're really affordably priced. They're stupid light. Oh my God.
Oh,
they're
yeah?
so light. That's like, and that's the thing. That's something I would buy to get into 5.7 because I'm not paying almost $2,000 for a PS90, and I'm not paying upwards of $1,400 for an FN 5.7. But I have a carbine, and oh man, I'd be all about it.
And what magazine do they take? They take the same as the pistol, or?
Yep, they take the same as the pistol. So if I had a
Okay.
5.7 pistol, I'd have a perfect pair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want one so bad.
I got some 10-round magazines I can sell you.
I have the blocks for them, so I can just if I can get 10 rounds and block them. But yeah, there's like 4 guns that have come through the shop, and that's I wouldn't say it's a downside of working at a gun shop, but it's like you see the stuff come in, especially since I do the compliance work on them. I'm like, oh, these are cool. Oh, so like there's like we've had the VZ58s with the LC carbine come in. We only had 2, but you know when we get I don't know, name any fun gun that comes through. Like when I had the new 5.7 MRD come through. Oh my God, I was awesome. And we had some cool Canics come through that I was like, all right, those are pretty cool. The only
How
thing that
bad is it that I have no idea what you're talking about?
some of the guns that come through the shop?
Yeah.
The
Oh.
Canics.
You keep rattling off guns, and it's like never heard of it, never heard of it, never heard of it, never heard of it.
What we need to do is get you on the show with P80 Ralph, because P80 Ralph knows all of those other ones that you don't know, and you know all of the guns that Ralph doesn't know. You guys would know everything.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, it's just dollar signs start rolling through when you have to touch all these fun guns, and man, it's gonna be quite.
And if they don't have a happy switch, what the fuck's the point?
I don't have the 07.
Unless it's a Luger or something cool. 1911.
I'll be quite honest.
Army.
I've shot a Luger. I hate them. I think it's so stupid. I'm not a fan of the Luger.
I love that gun.
I love my 1911s. I love my Browning high powers. Like the Luger, I'm not a fan.
I like the Luger.
I don't know. I think I just want a Luger because it's cool.
There's definitely nothing prettier.
There's some
although there's
guns out
about
there.
4 times as many parts in that Luger than there really needs to be to make a gun work. But that's how the Germans did it.
Yeah.
Look at any HK design. They built a gun that worked, and then they said, okay, now where can we add parts?
That sounds like something H&K would do.
Yeah.
I had a Century Arms C308 come through the shop this week, and it's a beautiful one that has the wooden furniture on everything. And
oh wow,
it is a beautiful gun. But I'm pretty sure it's going to turn into a warranty issue. So
yeah, somebody's asking when I'm going to build the MG42.
You have an MG42?
Yeah, I got a parts kit, and I really don't know if I'll ever build that gun.
Why don't you build it?
Because I can't afford to feed it.
What does it take?
Well, it takes 8mm Mauser, but if I get a
Yeah.
308 barrel, I've got all the parts for 308. But at 2,000 rounds a minute,
Yeah,
you
that's even if it's 8 mil or 308, that is a expect like your reloading press is going nonstop. You're gonna have to get one of those
Yeah.
automated workers that go on a Dylan or something.
Yeah, that's why I like the FND. I mean, it's the ammo is no cheaper, but with the 20 round box mags, it slows you up changing magazines.
But I mean, belt fed is life,
I don't know.
I'm like waiting for you to be like, well, yeah, I got an MG42 M42 Bravo that I can shoot, and it'd be like, how do you?
If I could afford one of those parts kits,
Oh, those parts kits expensive.
yeah, they're like $6 or $7 grand.
All right, that's actually that's not that bad considering what that gun is. Like $6 or $7 grand, that's really not that bad. It's expensive. It's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I mean, probably if money was no object, even though I'm not thrilled with the HKs, I would probably build an HK, and I don't know what the model designation is. It's the 21, it's the E. It's their belt fed, but it's the E, the European one. Because you can convert it from 308 to 223.
That's interesting.
And that would be cool as shit. And I've heard they're kind of abusive in 308, but you put the 223 in it, and it's just beautiful to shoot.
I didn't even know HK made belt fed.
Yeah, they made a number of belt feds. The 21, the 20, 23. They made one that was just 308, one that was just 223, and then they made the E, which is convertible from one to the other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the other thing with HKs is you can build it as a semi-auto and then use a registered pack on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you get full auto.
All right, so that's cool. Honestly,
Yeah.
the only HK rifle I've ever really wanted would be a G36 because I'm a huge that was my gun in Call of Duty, and I don't know why I've always loved the idea of the G36. But you could do it obviously if you go through Tommy Built or something like that. You get an SL8, get it converted to, but like you buy the SL8 for like $5,000 or $4,000, around, depending if you get on a deal, and then you're already throwing another probably $3,500 for Tommy Built to do the conversion, and you're out without that gun for like almost a year because he's so backed up.
Yeah.
So, all said and done, almost $9,000. I might as well just buy a Barrett. Those fireballs. I love
it. You see the fire ring?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that was my backyard. Was it Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night.
I didn't do any shooting this weekend other than the stuff I had to test fire at work.
I didn't either. I'm going out. Maybe tomorrow.
Nice.
All right. Can I be a little more self-indulging and show one more video? Let's see.
Go ahead.
Fine.
So
that's a good video.
It's been 3 weeks since I've ordered the PSA Rock. I was in love with the Rock from when I first saw it at SHOT Show. Please, PSA, give me a Rock.
My PSA Rock will have a new home with 5'7" family waiting for it to greet it, and they'll be well fed. Num 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 num. And they'll have good places to stay. I'll tuck the 5'7" in every night to a nice cozy place. Please, PSA, consider me worthy and send me my order of the Rock 5'7". so it can be with its 5'7" family.
So, do you know who I sent that to? That video?
Don't tell me you sent it to Josiah.
I sent it to Josiah.
Oh,
I guess I just don't understand the 5.7.
a lot of people don't.
Yeah,
but,
there's
you know,
nothing to understand.
Without the armor-piercing ammo, it's useless.
Right. You're completely right. You're 100%. It's a completely useless firearm.
Yeah.
The armor piercing makes it a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you guys off air who I sent a email to today, and I'll be like, you'll be laughing the amount of corporate speak I put in to make myself sound so good, and you'll get a good kick out of it. But yeah, I actually sent a lot of emails out today trying to get some product in. Working on right now, I got my JM4 tactical holster on. Has a confirmed kill of a massive spider from last night. I have it on video on IG, and so I'm gonna add that in the review that the holster itself has a confirmed kill, and it's comfy as all hell. I love it. I got to get one for my 19.
Well, so I ordered the 5.7 Rock Blem. So I don't know if they're waiting until enough fall off the workbench so they have enough Blems to fill the orders.
That's what. Well, that's a good idea that they're selling blems because it gets people as long as they don't care. As long as they don't care about the blemish, whatever. They got a rock.
I have never gotten a Blem where you can see the Blem.
Yeah.
I think it's a Blem.
No, I've seen a lot of them that are fucked up.
Really, I've bought Blems and they're all perfect. I cannot find.
You know, of course, I'm used to when I go to a place and they have Blems, it's in a barrel.
Yeah.
And they're all just thrown in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And you just, hey, that one looks good,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, it happens.
But I'm old school,
Yeah, I don't care if my guns have blemishes on them. Like, I mean, if I'm trying to buy a Nighthawk custom, I kind of don't want there to be any.
Right.
If I'm spending that kind of money, that son of a bitch better be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. But if I'm buying even if I bought like a Galil Ace, like the new Galil Aces, and it had a little bit of a nick mark on them,
yeah,
I don't care. I'll probably drop it myself. It's a battle rifle. It's supposed to look like that. Like my Security 9 compact that I have on me right now, that's got rust damage on it because I carry it.
Yeah. I mean, your mags will typically rust up a bit on your carry gun, especially in Florida.
My slide, it's my slide from my fat hanging over my stomach and the sweat just getting on there. But hey.
All right, TMI.
Well, it's an.
Oh, come on, Rich! It's not like he said his nut sweat.
Yeah. All right. It's not like you said you appendix carry, and it's Mm-hmm.
Well, I do appendix carry, but it's just from my stomach.
Kind of glad now I didn't monetize the stream.
Well, get this monetization fucked up. Okay. I believe the Hoff has said worse in the early stages of this.
So I believe this is the first stream that was 100% Crump free, because usually when Crump says he's not coming on, he somehow sneaks on when I make when I make a big deal about it being a Crump free stream. But I'm impressed.
We're taking over.
Yeah. So guys, I think I'm going to call it an evening. Pimp out who you are, where they can find you. Joe, go first.
Well, I'm Joe from Shooting Gallery NE on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. The Shooting the Woods podcast is going live tonight at 7 p.m. And be on the lookout because this week I'm debuting a new podcast that I'm calling Manufacturer Mashup. It's going to be a good show where we go over, certain manufacturers' product line. And considering I've worked at a gun store for 2 years and I've been shooting guns for a while, I've handled a lot of guns. So I'm going to say what's good, what's okay, and what sucks. And we're going to have a fun time doing it. It's a concept that I put out there, and I'm hoping it kind of takes off. So, but it's just something to add to the channel. So check us out.
Rich?
Hi. You can find me on all the social medias on whatever variation of BWE firearms they make me use.
And then there's your website, which you can't say the .com part, but you could say it's BWE Firearms, I think.
Okay, why can't I say the .com part? I don't understand.
I don't
this
know.
crap.
You can't say that. But you could say it's BWE Firearms, but you can't say the other part.
Okay, it's
It's like-
BWE Firearms.
Yeah. But you can't say the .com. Don't say
There we
the
go.
.com part,
Yeah.
because you can't say that.
It's BWE Firearms.
But
You know
don't
what?
say the .com.
It's like Fight Club. You can't say it. You can't mention.
Or we should roll in Joe Biden saying
Okay,
DOT.
what do they do if you say it? Because I say it all the time on my videos, and they don't.
But you're not monetized.
It's got to. That's got to be what it is. They leave me alone because I'm not monetized.
Yeah.
Might be.
Yeah, that's why a lot of my videos don't do as well, because if I'm pimping like the shop or something like that,
Yeah.
I've geared it towards, if you're in the Hyannis, Massachusetts area, check out Cape Gun Works, and I give the address. But because you can just type in whatever you're talking about on Google, and it's not.
Yeah, you type in BWE Firearms on Google, and guess what? I'm the first 3 pages.
Right.
Of Florida man threatens ATS agent.
Again, allegedly.
Not
Still.
This is not his first time.
It's only
dear
one
Lord.
agent. It's not like they're going to miss him.
Wait, there's only one agent buried in your backyard?
Oh dear Lord.
No, none of them are buried yet.
Let's not.
And it's not going to be in my backyard. I'm going to take them to Lake Monroe and feed them to the gators after I butcher them.
Dear Lord, let's not go down that road that the ATF agents are listening to this show.
And thanks everybody for watching. I'm Flying Rich on most social media. Unless I'm not Flying Rich, then I'm Flying Rich Official on the grams. And you guys have a good evening. And not Fly Rich, not Flying with Rich, but Flying Rich _official on the gram.
Nice. Have a good one, everybody.
Yes.
Alrighty, folks. Good night.
Ciao.